What's up guys, I'm Random Frank P, back with episode 136 of Room Tour Project, and this is going to be a special budget themed edition to give you some ideas and inspirations for your own setup. We do these, every now and then. They're always really popular, so keep in mind, these are going to be a lot more scaled back, and even though these might not fit your particular budget, they're definitely going to be more budget themed setups compared to what we usually show off, so just keep that in mind. If you see anything you like in this episode, I will have it all listed for you in the description down below, so you can check it out. But let's kick off episode 136. Now before we begin, I actually went through for a lot of these products and priced them using their history price tracker. So depending on when they bought the specific item or how they received it, I can judge how much the price was at that time because a lot of products have been hit by inflation and stuff like that, especially a lot of PC hardware. So I figured this would help give better context to the episode overall. Hope you guys can dig it and appreciate it. So first is Billy, keeping it simple here with just a single monitor in his bedroom for a nice gaming setup. Now often what I like about these budget setups is it's mainly just the essentials, nothing crazy, nothing over the top, just what they need to accomplish building the best setup they can with their wallets. So as for that monitor, that is a 23-inch Acer display. It's actually a pretty popular option, and going with the 23-inch version versus the 24-inch model saved him around $20-30 in the end. At the end of the day, are you going to notice that diagonal extra inch? Probably not unless you had them side by side. And a lot of companies will even sell 23.6-inch monitors instead of 24 inches. So again, you're really not losing that much space and you're still saving money. Now as far as peripherals, he has the Razer Black Widow X Chroma keyboard along with the Razer Death Adder Chroma mouse. And his speakers of choice are the nice Logitech Z200. These are very budget friendly speakers here. Great addition to his desktop. And he also has the Astro A40 TR gaming headset in a drawer, keeping it nice and safe. And as you'll see as we move on, his peripherals were kind of the main splurge here. Now as for his PC, he's using the Corsair Spec Alpha case, and this is actually the case we used in the console killer under $500. Inside is an Intel i5 6600K CPU, cooled by the Cooler Master Hyper 212 cooler, an MSI Z170A motherboard, got 8 gigs of Corsair Vengeance LED RAM, plus a 1TB hard drive and a 250GB SSD, which are definitely a lot cheaper now. And as for his graphics card, it's an older EVGA GTX 970 FTW GPU, and it's coordinating his PC to this black and red kind of theme look. And taking a look under his desk, a great job with cable management. I can definitely appreciate that, man. So all in all, I'm a pretty big fan of this setup. The RGB in the peripherals helps give your setup a little more pop in the end. And again, there's not too much going on. You got the bare essentials with the priority of your setup's pricing coming with your peripherals. And an estimated price going through everything, around $1,400 total for this gaming setup. That's obviously an estimation. I don't know taxes, don't know discounts, anything like that. So hopefully you seeing this is a good kind of visual representation for what the price would equate to. Next up, we got Micah, and first glance, it's a very clean looking setup. I like that. You got the wooden desk with the white walls, so very natural looking. And you're probably eyeing those two monitors, saying, well, how is this budget? Those are 21.5-inch monitors, and they're both under $90 a piece. So there you go. They are from BenQ, so it could be around, $180 total for the two, which is what some people could spend just on one monitor. So that is how you get some more screen real estate on a budget. Now checking out his peripherals, his keyboard here is the HP Omen 1100. This is like $30 with his kind of generic RGB gaming mouse from Amazon being anywhere from $10 to $15. So even under $50 total for his peripherals with an extended mouse pad. And then for audio, Micah, gotta give you props, going with the Audio-Technica M30X headphones with the ModMic 4.0 mic. So it's a detachable mic that you can put on these headphones, which is gonna be so much cheaper than a gaming headset and sound 10 times better. And you saved a lot of money by going with this instead of the ATH M50 or M40Xs. And this headset's gonna cost around $100 total. And then tucked off to the side of his desk is his PC there. Inside is an Intel i5 7600 CPU cooled by the Cooler Master Hyper T4. Got 16 gigs of G-Skill Ripjaw RAM on an MSI B250M Pro motherboard with an EVGA GTX 670 GPU. And that's all inside his deep-cooled Tesseract BF case, which is $40. So that is the definition here of a smart budget PC. So again, rounding everything up here, the rough budget is going to come to around $900 for this dual monitor gaming setup that is looking super clean and super smart. Gotta give it to you, Micah. Now this one's looking pretty fresh. I think that blue LED light strip behind his desk and the monitor really makes his PC and monitor overall just stand out because he has that nice kind of like highway and a sky there. It's the blue is accentuated nicely. His monitor now is a 27-inch LG 4K display, which at first thought could be pricey, but checking it out, currently around $300. It did launch at around $500, so depending on when he got this, there's a $200 swing there. But getting into his peripherals, one of the things you could see here, and definitely one of the more pricey products for his setup, is going to be his speakers, the Logitech Z906. These actually launched way back in 2012 for $400. Now they're much more budget friendly at around $250. Still pricey, yeah, but it is a full surround sound audio setup. But he is just using a Dell keyboard and a Motospeed V60 RGB mouse, and both are dirt cheap. It's all about compensating. You splurge on the audio, you go a little bit easier on the rest of the gear. Then over to his PC, and not too much info here. Inside's an Intel i5-3330 CPU with an MSI GTX 1050 Ti graphics card, 8 gigs of unnamed RAM inside his Sharkoon M25W case. So the processor is definitely older, launched beginning in 2013 for under $200, now can be found for around $70 to $100 used, and plus going with a GTX 1050 Ti is the king choice for a budget GPU at just around $200. And check this out, he's even using part of his surround sound setup by his bed for more of a whole surround sound room, but altogether, man, really digging this gaming setup. The final result looks really nice, and going with a 1050 Ti GPU definitely helps you save some money in the end. This one's estimated just over $1,400. Again, tough to say because a lot of these are older products. Next up, we have Nathan here. This is another one, keeping it simple here. Not a lot going on, which is also highlighted nicely by a few desk accessories just to add more personality. He is using a 24-inch Samsung monitor, but actually this monitor, or this model, is a TV, which launched for around $160. And this gaming setup doesn't have a designated desktop PC because it is ran all by his laptop, the HP Pavilion, and inside here is an i7-6500U with a GTX 940 MX and 12 gigs of RAM inside. And this laptop total was around $750 at launch, so if he got this, secondhand or discounted, it's pretty decent specs for that price. So for his peripherals on his desktop is the Mechanical Eagle Z77 RGB keyboard with the Razer DeathAdder Elite Chroma mouse, and literally cannot find those speakers anywhere. They're called the Headrush, couldn't find them anywhere. But for audio, his headset is from Turtle Beach. These are the Earforce Recon headset. That could be used right with his PS4, which he has conveniently tucked right underneath in his desk. You can see it there along with the laptop. And some other things like his Amazon Echo Dot, plus that USB hub there, gonna help him give him more of a smart desk, if you will. So for this laptop gaming setup, I have it tallied at just around $1,450. And again, it's a clean desktop space. I like what you did with it, Nathan. Then last but not least is gonna be Johannes. And for this one, black and white and red kind of theme going on here. RGB light strip behind the desk. It definitely has that gamer feel and look to it, So checking out the gear, his monitor is a 23.5-inch curved display from Samsung. Again, going with the non-24-inch model to save some money. Even got the wallpaper to match it respectively. But this is another display coming in at under $170. Chilling next to the little Groot figure there on his desktop are his speakers. They're the Creative Inspire A60 desktop speakers, which are only $20. Saving money there could let him splurge on his gaming headset, the Logitech G933. And the price of this has been cut in half since its release. For the rest of the gear, he has a Logitech G710 Plus keyboard, which was extremely popular, along with the Logitech MX Master wireless mouse. Definitely a solid peripheral lineup here. Now we gotta head on over and check out the PC, and this is where it gets a little bit pricey. I am digging this kind of Assassin's Creed Black Flag kind of case he has going on to match a black and white theme. I just threw in the Black Flag because of the color and the name. But inside's an Intel i5-6600 CPU cooled by the Hyper 212 Evo on an Asus Z170P motherboard, 16 gigs of Crucial Ballistics RAM in white, and yes, the MSI 1070 Armor OC graphics card. This is where it does tend to get a bit pricey here with the 1070 GPU, but again, it's not a 1080, so saving some money. This GPU is technically the budget option, and he also has a 500GB Crucial SSD, which is only like around $100. But I'm digging the custom work to the case to make it unique, and all around, it's a really solid gaming setup that I have tallied at around $1,900. Pricey? Yes. Could be worse, but like I said at the beginning, it's a lot more scaled back than the regular show. Alright guys, that'll wrap it up for episode 136 of Room Tour Project, the special budget edition. Hope you enjoyed, and please don't forget, we usually show off some pretty killer, over-the-top setups on this series, so when it comes time to scaling it back and putting things into perspective, you know, when you think of the word budget, a lot of these are going to fall into that budget category. Even though they might not fit your particular budget, like I said, it's just a theme of this episode, so I hope you did enjoy. And like I said, I'll have it all listed for you in the description if you want to check anything out. But if you like this episode, give it a thumbs up to show your support. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at randomfrankp. And lastly, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Well, I'm Random Frank P. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.